Hi everyone, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Yes,
evening.
sir. Good evening.
So let's wait for 2 minutes, then we can start the session. Let's wait for candidates.
So let's start the session. Sharing my Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we will.
So let's start the topic. So far we have discussed about AWS console. Then we discussed about the user creation process in AWS. Then we have assigned the policies. We have seen how we can assign the IAM policies to users. Then we have discussed about groups creation. We have discussed about membership. When the user wants to become the member of any, how we can do that. Then again, we have assigned the permission on group. So whatever users were part of group, they will get the inheritance of the permission. So this is something we have discussed. Let's go to the portal again. Any confusion, any query for whatever we have done so far? Any question you have? Quick question.
No.
Players are going to get on with the game. Players are going to get better.
So we are in the portal right now. We are in the AWS portal. And if I go to the IAM, here we can see, we have also discussed about this alias part, how we can create the shortcut to log in into the account. Here, if I go to the users, you can see I don't have any user available. Hence, I am the only user, I am the only root user. I don't have any IAM user account here. These are the inbuilt policies that we have discussed yesterday. What kind of policies we can apply to the user or to the group. Now, suppose I don't have any group, I don't have any user. Let me create one of the user account so that we can see further practical. Suppose the username is test1. I'm giving the permission to this user to access the AWS. Password. That I have given ASD@123456789. Next, then create user. So user has been created here. Let's go to the user console. So we are in the user console and we can see we have one user account which is test1. Now if I click on this user and if I check the permission, then there is no permission attached. I have not given any permission to this user. It means this user cannot do any task. Just like we have seen yesterday as well, if I will log in with this user account, let me open another browser. Let me copy this credential. Then username is test1. Password is this. Logged in with the user, but I don't have any permission. Simply logged in. If I would like to do anything, suppose let me go to the IAM section. So if I want to create any user, if I want to modify something, I don't have any permission. Access is denied. Now, yesterday what we have seen, if we want to assign any permission to any user, suppose test1 is my user account and I want to assign the IAM permission to this user. Suppose I want to assign him the permission of read-only access so that he can only read the stuffs, or suppose I want to provide him the access of full control so that he can do anything on the portal. So in such condition, what we have done yesterday, we had created the group accounts. For this purpose, we had created the groups and we enrolled the user account into the group. Means the user test1 will have to become the member of this particular group. Then only we can assign the permission on the group and the member of the group will be able to access the resources. That is something we have seen yesterday. Now, suppose this is my test1 user and I don't want this user to make the part of any group. I want that this user should be independent. It should be working independently without any group membership. This user should not be the part of any group, but I want to give the permission to this user. I want to assign the policies to this user. So if your user is not part of any group, but still you want to assign the permission, the policies to the user account, that process is called inline policy.
Inline policy. So what is inline policy? Inline policy means you are directly assigning the permission to the user account without creating any group. You are not creating any group. You are not making this user the member of the group and you are assigning the permission. That's not the case. You are directly assigning the permission to the test one user. So this process is called inline policy assignment. So how to do it? So it's very simple. We are in the IAM dashboard, identity and access management. From here, what we need to do, we just need to go to our users. So we have one of the user account available. Just click on it. And in the permission section, you can see there is an option of add permission. So if you will click on add permissions, you can assign the permission to the user. See, this console will get open. Here, add user to the group. So I don't want to add my user to the group. So I can skip this option. Copy permission. Copy permission means you already have one of the user account or you already have one of the group account, and whatever permission is assigned to that user or group, you want to copy the exact same permission for this user. Then you will perform this. You will select this option. I will show you how to do that. Then the last one is attach policies directly. So in the attach policies directly option, this is called inline. This is called inline assignment, means you are directly assigning the permission to the user. So if you want to directly assign the permission to the user without creating any test group, without having any group account, then you can go and you can select this option, attach policies directly. So what policy you want to assign? Suppose I want to give administrator access to this test one user. So you will select this one, then click on next. So test one is the user and you are giving the permission of admin access so that it can manage all the job functions. Then click on add permission. Once you will click here, you can see the permission have been applied. Now the user have administrator access permission, and this permission is given directly without any group. Just give me 1 second. Someone is pinging me. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So here we can see the user have got the permission of admin access. So in this condition, if I will refresh the portal, I am logged in with the test one user account. I have refreshed the portal. And if I will go to the user group, let's refresh this one. Now, in the user section, we can see the user is visible. And if I want to add any resource, I can do that because I have got the full access. So this is how you can assign the direct permission. This is called inline permission policy. Now, suppose, let me show you further options. Suppose I am in the user section. I have one user account. Let me create one more. I am adding one more user account here. And the username is test2. I am checking this option. I want to create an IAM user. Password is this one. I am not adding this user into any group, nothing. Just click on next. This is my username. I have selected the custom password, create user. That's it. Now I'm going to the user section. Here we can see I have another user account as well, which is test2. If I click on this user account, if I go to security credential, then I have the link to login. So let me click on this link and let me log in with this user account. So I am signing out from my test user account right now. It is not required. And let me log in with the test2 user account. So username is test2 and here is the password. So now if I will go to any of the resource, suppose so far we have only understood about IAM. So let's go to IAM. Again, there will not be any access because we have just created the user. We did not assign any policy to this user account. Now, I told you there are two methods through which you can assign the permission. The first one is you need to create the group and you can assign the permission on the group. And the second one we discussed is inline policy. You can directly assign the permission to the user account. When we assign the permission, suppose we are in the test2 user account. If I go to permission part, there is no policy attached. There is no permission. If we click on the add permission part, if we go to add permissions, here there are three options. Either you have one of the group and you can make this user the member of a group, then automatically whatever permission you have assigned on that group, it will be assigned to the user account. Third one we have seen, it is for inline policy. The second one means if you already have any user or group and the permission is assigned to that user and group and you want to copy the exact same permission. Suppose if I click on the copy permission option, here you can see I have only test1 user. So test1 is reflecting here. Whatever permission is assigned to the test1, what permission is assigned, you can see it is administrator access. So administrator access policy is assigned to the test1 user. I want that the same permission should be assigned to test2 as well. So in this condition, I will select the user account and it is going to copy, it is going to assign the exact same permission to my test2 user account as well. So copy permission, next, and add permission. So now the test2 user account will also get the administrator access. Let's see. Let's go to the portal. Let's refresh. And now we are able to see the things. Now we can modify the things as well. We can delete the users as well. So this is how you can assign the permission. So this is the third method. And the third method is called template method. Template method means you already have pre-configured permission on any other user account and you are assigning the same permission, you are copying the same permission to another user as well. So we have three methods through which we can assign the permission to any user: the group, the inline policy, and the template method. Any doubt, any questions? Anything? आवाज आ रही है मेरी? Hello, hello.
No doubt, sir.
मेरे को लगा, I thought that my voice
No,
is
sir.
not coming up and I am speaking.
No, sir. No.
Okay, so this was for your permission part. Now suppose we have two user account. Let's do one thing. We are on the test2 user account. Test2 user account have administrator access permission. If I add one more permission here, means if I click on the add permission and I directly give the permission, inline permission, and suppose I am giving one of the read access permission, read only permission. So let's see which read permissions are here. So we will have to search for it. Alexa, Shime, read only. Administrator access, amplify. Suppose I give another permission to this user as well. Already he has the admin access, and I am adding one more permission here just to see. Suppose we will have to search for it. Let's refresh this one. Even you can assign the permission directly from the policy part as well. So we have one of the read only access policy. If you want to assign this permission to someone, you can directly attach this. So the permission name is what? Read only access. It is taking time to sync here. Sometimes it takes time. Every cloud there is a problem. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes to get sync. No issues. Let me do one thing. Let's see if it is coming here or not. So I am with the test one. Let's see if read access is coming here or not, or it may take some time otherwise. So add permissions. It's not coming. It will take some time to get sync. What I want to tell you, suppose I have one of the resource, I have one of the user account, and I have already given the admin access. I have already given the admin access to that particular user account. He can do anything. At the same time, if I will give the read access to the same user, suppose I have user one, he already have one of the admin access. Right now, if I give read access to this user, so he will have two permission, admin permission and read permission. So what do you think? Which permission would be applicable? Will he get the admin role or will he get the read role? Because we have assigned two permission and two permissions are conflicting with each other. One is read only, that user should have the read only permission over the resources, and another one says that user should have the full access over the resources. So what do you think, which permission is going to get applied? Anyone?
Admin.
Admin, right? See, whenever we assign any permission, so the permission which has the highest privilege, that is going to get enforced on the user account. When we talk about the admin, so admin has the highest privilege permission, and read is just a limited privilege permission. So in such condition, if you have assigned admin and read role to a particular user account, then admin permission is going to get enforced on that user. So user would be able to do anything on the subscription, anything on the account, even after getting the read role, because you have already assigned admin role to him. So admin will be in impact. So once it will be sync, then we would be able to see how to assign the read permission as well. It will take some time. Meanwhile, let's see another topics. So I am further going to IAM. if I go to my users, in my user, suppose I have test2 user account. If I click on it, yesterday I told you about MFA, multi-factor authentication. So in the MFA, as I told you, MFA adds extra layer of protection. When you try to log in into the AWS portal, AWS console, so MFA is going to add extra layer of security. Means after entering the user ID and password, you will have to go through with the additional level of authentication that is called multi-factor authentication. So you will have to authenticate yourself from any application or from any code, then you would be able to log in into the system. It is just to prevent the hackers to access your network, because if your password is compromised, if someone steals your password, then they can directly log in into your portal. They just need your user ID and password. That's it. So in order to protect your AWS portals, we have this MFA option available. So in case you want to apply the MFA to any user account, then how we can do that? So we need to go to the users. We need to select the user account where we want to apply the MFA. Suppose I want to apply the MFA on test2. So I will select test2 user account. Now we need to click on enabled without, it is saying that console is accessible, but it is enabled without MFA. There is no multi-factor authentication applied here. So in case you want to apply the MFA, just click here, click on enable MFA. Then here you can see there are options. The first one is the authenticator app option. The second one is the security key option. And the third one is hardware TOTP token. So what is this all about? So let's discuss in detail and let's see the practical of this. So when we talk about MFA, how we can set up the MFA on a Azure portal for a particular user. So we have three methods. We have three authentication methods. So the first one is authenticator app. Second one is security key. And the third one is hardware TOTP token. TOTP means time-based one-time password. So let's discuss the first one. What is authenticator app option? So in the authenticator app option, you will have to download one of the application, one of the authorized software in your mobile phone. And you will have to register that authenticator app with your AWS portal. So whenever you will try to log in into your AWS console, after entering the password, you will have to authenticate yourself from your authenticator app, which is available in your mobile phone. Once you will authenticate yourself, then only you would be able to log in. So that is the first method. And it is mostly used in the company. And even in your desktop support profile also, you have seen this kind of method. Companies are using BPN RSA token, Intune RSA token. So they have this kind of mechanism. If they have the platform on AWS, then in order to log in into the AWS console, what applications are available? So we have Google Authenticator. It is a product of Google. We can use Google Authenticator, and it can be used in Azure as well, in GCP as well, plus in AWS as well. Then another application is Authy. Authy is one of the third-party software that we can use as an authenticator app in our mobile phone. And with the help of these applications, we can log in into our AWS portal. So this is the first method. The second one is called security key. Now, what is this security key option? So security key means you will have one of the hardware device in the sense you will have one pen drive. In the pen drive, we have to save one of the key, which is called security key. So in your pen drive, you will have to insert one of the security key, and you will always keep your pen drive with yourself. Whenever you will try to log in into the AWS portal, after entering the password, you will have to insert your pen drive You will have to inject your pen drive in your laptop or in your desktop. Then the authentication will happen. Then only you would be able to log in. So in the pen drive, in order to generate the key, you will have to use the third-party application, and the third-party application authorized by AWS is YubiKey. Here you can see the name as well. Spelling is this one, YubiKey, YuBikey. So YubiKey is one of the third-party application that AWS has authorized. You can use this application, you can generate the key and you can save it in your pen drive. And whenever you will try to log in, you can use that pen drive and the key will be authenticated and you would be able to log in. Then if you have a pen drive, you have generated one of the key, then the same key can be used in order to log in with another user accounts as well. Means if you have multiple user accounts, suppose you have 5 user accounts, in order to log in into those 5 user accounts, you can use the same key. You will have to add those users in that key. By default, one key is for one user. But if you have 5 user, 10 user, 20 user, and you want to use the same key for the authentication, you can do that. You will have to add another users as well in the YubiKey list. Once you will add it, then another user accounts would be able to use the same pen drive for authentication. So it can support multiple IAM user using a single security key. But when we talk about the Google Authenticator, when we talk about any authenticator app option, it can only be used for one user. If you have registered the authenticator for one user, only one user can be authenticated at a time. In case you have another user account, you will have to add another user account for authentication purpose in your mobile phone. And the same applies to pen drive option as well. Same applies to the second method, security key as well. By default, it is only for one user. But if you have multiple users, you will have to add those users with that particular YubiKey software. So the third option is hardware TOTP token. Hardware TOTP token means there will be one of the device. There will be one of the hardware device. And that hardware device will generate one of the OTP. An OTP will be generated by that hardware device, and that OTP will be valid for some period of time. Whatever time you will select as a validity period, the OTP will be valid for that time frame only. Suppose you have selected 5 minutes, then your OTP will be valid for 5 minutes. So you can enter that OTP within 5 minutes and you can log in into the portal. You might have seen in the bank website, if you are doing the net banking transaction, so in that time, you will have to enter the OTP after entering the password. Then only you can perform the transaction. So the same thing is here. The third option is hardware. In hardware device option, the company will set up one of the hardware device. They will give you one of the small mobile kind of device, and you will have to generate the OTP over there, and you need to enter that OTP in order to log in. So there is a FOB device. FOB device will be used for such purpose. And mostly this kind of security mechanism is used in the government companies. Just like AWS is the product of US market. So in the US, if any US company, if any US government company is using the AWS cloud, so in such condition, in order to protect their privacy, they will be using the hardware device token. So mostly this is designed for the government of USA, and the software that will be used on the FOB device, that software name is Secure Pass ID. This is one of the third-party software which is authorized by AWS. So you will have to install this Secure Pass ID software into the system, into the FOB device. then only you can generate the tokens. Then you can log in into the system. So these three are the MFA options that you can implement in AWS. In the company level, this option is very popular. The first one, the authenticator app option, because everyone will have the access of mobile phone every time. So this option is very much popular. In the real time scenario, you will see this one. Security key option is for those people who are into very higher rank. Suppose there is a senior director of the company and he is managing the security, senior security director of cyber security. So for those kind of persons, if the mobile phone is lost or if mobile phone is compromised somewhere else, so as an additional security parameter, there will be pen drive option as well. But this option is mostly used by the government, the US government. Otherwise, company will be using these two platforms, and the most preferred method is this one, authenticator app. So let's go to the portal. Here, there are three options. It is saying that if you want to enable MFA, then which method you want to select? How would you like to authenticate yourself? So I want to authenticate myself from the authenticator app. I don't have any pen drive option. I don't have any device. So how to do it from the authenticator app? So let's select this radio button. You need to give one of the name, one of the device name in order to identify. So any name you can give. Suppose I am giving iPhone. You can give your name also. Suppose test for MFA. So I am giving the name as test for MFA just to recognize this particular device. Then the preferred method will be authenticator app. Click on next. Now it is saying just follow this instruction and register your mobile phone with the authenticator app. So it is saying what application you can use. See, it is showing you the list of compatible softwares that is authorized by AWS. So let's open this link and let's see which applications we can use. So in order to apply multi-factor authentication for IAM user, which applications we can use? So these are the applications. See, virtual authenticator apps for Android are Twilio Auth that I told you, Auth app, Auth authenticator app. It is the product of Twilio. We have Duo Mobile. We have LastPass authenticator. We have Microsoft authenticator that I told you. This is very much famous. Microsoft authenticator. It is also used in Azure as well. We have Google authenticator app. We have Semantic VIP authenticator app. For Apple phones, we have Twilio, Duo Mobile, LastPass, Microsoft authenticator, Google, and Semantic VIP. So both are same. Whatever mobile phone you have, you can use any of these application, any one of these application. So what you need to do in order to see this practical, you will have to download one of these application from the Play Store if you are using the Android in your mobile phone. If you are using the Apple phone, then there is iOS store. You will have to download one of these application into your Apple iPhone. So after downloading, what you need to do, let me tell you. Suppose I will be using this application. I am using this one, Microsoft Authenticator, this one, because I already have this application in my mobile phone just to log in into my company portals. So I have the access of Microsoft Authenticator. So I don't need to download this again on my phone. So it is already downloaded. What I need to do, any application you are using, just open it. Once you will open, it is giving you the instruction that install a compatible software such as Google Authenticator or Duo Mobile or Auth app on your mobile device. Then open the application. So I am opening the application on my mobile. I will not be able to show you because it's not a screen shared. So I have the Microsoft Authenticator app. I am just opening it. After opening, it is saying choose the show QR code option, then scan this code. So here you need to click on the show QR code. Once you will click here, you need to scan it from your application. So I am using the Microsoft Authenticator and I am going to scan this one. So I am scanning this. It is scanned. So So it is scanned on my phone. Now it is saying that please enter the code, MFA code. So MFA code will be visible on your mobile phone. So let me enter the code. So in the Amazon Web Services, I have the code 478610. So this is my code. Then add MFA. It is saying you should have another code as well. There will be two codes that you will have to enter. So just check your mobile phone and you will see another code as well. So 501071. This is showing in my mobile phone. Add MFA. It is saying that currently there is a problem. The code is not valid. Let me try it again. Currently it is taking some issues. So 620459. Let me use one of this code. It will not take it. There is a problem in the code actually. Let me try again. Let me sign out from my application on the phone. In order to set this up first time, it takes some time. Otherwise, after that, it will directly get authenticated from the mobile phone. So again, I am entering the code 053593. So see, MFA device is registered. So I have entered my code from my mobile phone, from my authenticator app, and it is registered now. You can see. So MFA device is assigned. Now you can see the console access of test 2 is enabled with multi-factor authenticator. It means MFA is enabled. Now let's see the impact of it. Let's go to the user account. I'm opening another browser. And here I will try to log in with this user. So let me copy the credential. Let me go to the browser and let me paste it here. Here I will enter the user ID. So the user ID is test2. And the password is asd@1234567890. After entering the password, if I click on sign in, then it is saying, please enter the code. So this code will go to your application. Now I will open my application from my mobile phone, the authenticator app, and I will enter the code. So it is 972430. Then click on submit. Then I would be able to log in. This is called multi-factor authentication, MFA. So you can see I'm logged in now. So this is going to add extra layer of security. Let me show you the images. How does MFA looks like so that you can do the practical. So Microsoft, I am using Microsoft Authenticator app. You can use any one of this application which is registered, which is allowed by AWS. So this is how your MFA application will look like. This is the interface. On your mobile phone, you can download it from the Play Store. Once you will download it, you need to open the application. It will open like this. Then what you need to do, there will be one of the plus icon. I will take the screenshot from my mobile phone and I will upload it as a notes once I will upload the video. So you need to open the software. In the software, there will be one of the plus icon. on the top right. You need to click on that plus icon. This is very old picture. That's the reason it is looking like this. Let me do one thing. Let me take the screenshot right now, and I will show you on the session as well. Just give me 1 minute. I am taking the screenshot. Okay, it will not allow you to take the screenshot of this one. Let me do one thing. Let me take the remote of my phone. Let me install TeamViewer. TeamViewer. So I will take the remote of my mobile phone. TeamViewer. Just give me 1 minute and let me download the TeamViewer on this laptop as well. This one is the real. So application got downloaded. Let me open this one and install it. So TeamViewer is one of the remote management software. You can take the remote of your system through TeamViewer. So I will take the remote of my mobile phone here on the screen just to show you how to add. Now join a session. The code I am entering is 1811387 270. Reversion is asking to register. I will use my email ID, a fake one, this one. TeamViewer has changed a lot. I am using it after 5 years. It is changed. Which password I should give? So I am signing into my TeamViewer account. You can use any remote application. You even don't need to use this TeamViewer and all. It is just I am using to take the screen of my mobile phone over this screen. That's the reason I am using it. So create a session, set up remote access. create session. So my ID on the mobile phone is reflecting as 1811. Unknown. It is still not taking. Just give me one moment. Let me create one more code. Any application that you know to take the remote of mobile apart from team viewer? किसी को पता है? Let me find it out. Team viewer remote control. Safety install.
Sir, Teams,
Teams. Actually, I don't have the license Teams
MS
version.
Teams,
I will not be able to take.
MS Teams,
MS Teams is the license version. Actually, we cannot use on free basis. I have the license version for my company, but that will not work on this laptop. That's the personal laptop. Let me find another code on the team viewer. So get started. Yes. Partner ID. What is this team viewer? It is looking like different. There is no ID here. I think I have downloaded some different team viewer. Team viewer for remote control. New and improved team viewer window download for remote desktop access. That's the same, I guess. On my mobile phone, it is creating the problem. It is not generating the ID. Let me use, what should I use instead of team viewer? We can use another application, which is VNC viewer as well, I think. But VNC will not work on the laptop, I guess. Just give me one moment. So we can use Chrome remote desktop app, tap the computer. I have restricted a lot of things on my mobile phone, so it is not generating the partner ID to be used on Teams. So I am finding out another application that I can use. AnyDesk, yes. Let me check the license version because I don't download any free software on my phone and my laptop. Even I will uninstall this Teams as well. Let me check AnyDesk is there or not. So AnyDesk is there for the mobile phone, but it is AnyDesk software GmbH, who is the manufacturer of AnyDesk. So AnyDesk, the fast remote application. This is the real icon. And in the mobile phone, yes. Let me download this one. Download now, start business trial, download now. So let me open this. Yes, this is the address. Let me check if it is there on my phone as well or not. So, on my mobile, it is not working. I am using one of the antivirus on my phone and on my laptop as well. ज़्यादा सिक्योरिटी सीखने से ये रिस्क होता है. It will not work. I will have to take the screenshot. I will take the screenshot and will upload it because I don't think my mobile can be accessible over the remote. It is restricting. And if I will change the security option, so it may kill the time. I have the Teams on my phone. Let me check. Just give me 1 minute. Let me check from the Teams if that will work or not. Let me create one of the invite. So today is 14th and the time is 10, 10, 10. Let's create it for 10, 10. Testing required attendees. So I don't have any attendee. Email address I can use my personal email. Which one is this? Rajesh Kumar. Forget the Telegram. Let me copy this to my WhatsApp. let me see if I can access my mobile phone via Teams or not. I am downloading it. No, it will not work. It is restricting, the antivirus is restricting this one. No problem. I will just take the screenshot from another mobile phone and I will upload it on the notes so that you can refer that how I installed the authenticator app on my mobile, because you would need the reference of the screenshots before doing this practical. So I will upload the screenshot from another phone. We cannot take the remote of my mobile phone because of the antivirus concerns. And if I will allow everything, then it will take a lot of time. So better would be to take the screenshot. Where is the team viewer? Uninstall. Then which one I have installed? It was AnyDesk. AnyDesk was not installed. Okay, good. So let's proceed further. So this is how you can enable the multi-factor authentication. I will upload the relevant screenshot with the notes. And I will also draft the note that which application you can use, what are the various methods. So I will write down a step-by-step instruction in order to enable the multi-factor authentication. So in company, this will be there with the root accounts and with the high privilege user accounts. Suppose there are administrators of AWS in companies, so they will be having the multi-factor authentication enabled with their accounts. So let's go to the IAM console again. We are in the user section. In the user section, if I go to the test to user, here you can see the multi-factor authentication is enabled. So the permission is here. And if I go to the security credential, then as I told you yesterday, we can change the password policy. If I want to update any password policy, so we can do that. So you can try this practical at your home. Now, currently you can see I have assigned one of the virtual authentication option for multi-factor access, MFA. So I have set up one of the multi-factor authentication and the method I have selected is virtual. Virtual means application method. So if I select this and if I want to remove this one, if I want to remove the multi-factor authentication, I can just select the method, select the device type and click on remove. Once I will remove it, now MFA is no longer available. If I will try to log in with the user account again, let me copy the URL. Username test2 and the password. So you can see I am directly logged in without any MFA code. So this is how you can disable the MFA as well. If you don't need the MFA in future, you can just go to the user and you can go to security credential. From here, you can disable the MFA. The MFA can be disabled here. Now, if you want to assign it again, then the same procedure. You will have to follow the same process that I told you. This option we cannot see and this option we will not be able to see, because for this we would be needing the application, the YubiKey application, and it is not a free application. You will have to buy this. We have the pen drive, but we don't have this application license. So company is going to buy this if they need, otherwise no. And for this, we will have to buy a separate hardware. And we are not going to do that. Even this will not be used in the company. These two methods are there in the company, but not this one. This is used by the US government. So most of the time you will see this authenticator app option and you will have to be very perfect on this. because time to time you will have to set up the MFA for the newly created user accounts as well. This will be your task. So MFA creation is very simple process. It is very easy. Now let's see further topics. So there is one, let me close this one first. So there is one security tool option. In the identity and access management, in the AWS, there are some security options. Security option means it will tell you about the permissions. It will help you to download the compliance reports. It will advise you that what things you are doing right, what things you are not doing right. So in the security tool, we have two levels of titles. The first one is IAM credential report. It's on account level. What is this? I will tell you. And the second one is IAM access advisor. It's on the user level. So what is this IAM credential report? IAM credential report is going to tell you all the status of your user accounts, their permissions, their hierarchy, their credentials. So it is going to give you the complete report, complete data of all the user accounts which is present on your IAM, on your AWS portal. So it works on the account level. Account level means whatever account we have on the AWS portal, it is going to download the report. So you can download the report just to check the details of your user accounts, their accessibility, their password. Otherwise, we will have to go to one by one user. We will have to go to IAM, then we will have to check one by one user. Then we would be able to check the details. Suppose I want to check the detail of test one, then I will go to test one, then I will check what security is applied, what permission is given, what group membership it has. So I will have to do this one. But instead of doing this kind of practice, I want to download a complete report and I want to check the status of all the user accounts. So I can go to the security tool option and I can download it. So the first one is IAM credential report. This will be required to the team lead, to the management of the company, if they want to audit something, if they want to check something. Even the auditors of the company, just for the compliance purpose, if any auditor is coming in your company, they will also need the details of your IAM users. They would like to know what users are available, what level of permissions you have granted. Then the second one is IAM access advisor. So it is going to tell you what services are assigned to the user and when was it last accessed. Means what was the last time when you access a particular service in IAM. So access advisor is going to tell you that what kind of permission you have on the service and when was the last time then you had accessed that service. Suppose I have accessed one of the server 30 minutes ago and I want to check the history. So I would be able to check it from the IAM access advisor. It will show me what access I have on my complete AWS portal and what services I have accessed last time. So it works on the user level. You will have to select the user specifically and you can check their details one by one. But this one, IAM credential report, you can download it for the entire account, for the entire AWS portal. So let's see how to do that. Let's see the practical implication of this. So in order to do this one, you just need to go to the portal. That's very simple. In the portal, in the left side, we are in the identity and access management. In the left side, if I will scroll it down, here you can see there is a credential report option. In the access report, you can see there is a credential report option. So you just need to click on the credential report and the report is coming here. Just download credential report. So just click on it. And one of the Excel file got downloaded. So my antivirus is checking this. Let me open this. Just click on that. Now you can see the complete information. Let me make it bold. Now you can see in this report, you have the username, you have the ARN number, which is account number, along with the username. This is for root, this is for test one, this is for test two. So in my AWS portal, I have 3 accounts, test one user and test two user, plus there is one root account as well. And these are the account IDs. So from here, I can check the username. See, username is root, test one and test two. When the user got created, this is the time. Is the password enabled? So password is enabled here. And here we cannot enable the password because that's the root account. So I will have to register the password first time. Then when was the last time when I use my password to log in? So these are the times when I use my password to log in. Then when the password got changed, so the password got changed on this particular timings. Then have you set any password policy so that it will automatically expire the password? So no, we have not set any password policy. Is MFA active? Is multi-factor authentication applied on this user account? False, false, false means there is no MFA. If I will enable MFA for any of the user account, it will show true. Then there are access keys option. This one I will discuss in the future, not now, during the storage account practicals. So if we have enabled any access key, it will show true in this section. Then you can see a lot of access keys option, a lot of certification options. So this is how you can download the complete report of the user. I have only 3. In company, there will be thousands of user accounts. So you can download the user and whatever information you want to check, you can check it from the report itself. You don't need to go to the user one by one and check the user details. So if any auditor is coming in your company, they will need this report just to check the compliance. Even if you log any complaint to the AWS, if there is any issue and you log any complaint to the AWS authority, they will also need the user details. And even your management will also need these details just to check whether everything is under compliant or not. Now, the second option is Access Advisor. So how we can use the Access Advisor? So let's go to the portal. As I told you, this is user based. IAM credential report was account level. You can download the complete user details report from the portal, but IAM Access Advisor is user level report. So you need to go to the particular user for which you want to check the Access Advisor report. So suppose I am on my portal. If I go to the user and suppose I am on the test 2 user. So if I click on the test 2, you can see there is one option of Access Advisor. So if I click here, it is going to scan my system. And now you can see for the test 2 user, I am the test 2 user account. For the test 2 user, around 359 services are allowed. What services are allowed? So you can see here, these are the services which is allowed. You can go further and you can check what kind of services are already allowed for this user. And it has admin access. Because you have granted the administrator access, that's the reason it is showing allowed. In the administrator services, there are 359 services that test 2 user can use. So from here, you can review the permissions. If any permission is not in use, then you can remove that permission. Why these permissions are coming? Because you have granted the admin level permission to this user. See, You have given administrator access, and these all permissions are the part of admin access. If I go to the access advisor, whatever permissions, whatever 359 allowed services are showing here, these all are the part of admin access group. See, we have granted administrator access. That's the reason these permissions are automatically allowed to the user. User can do these kind of admin functions. So from here, you can review that what level of permission my user has. If I have given the read only permission, then in the read only, what level of permission my user already have. So you can check the report for last 400 days. And it is saying last accessed information is available for EC2, IAM, Lambda, and S3 management action. These are the services in AWS. EC2 is the server, IAM, we are studying about it. Lambda is one of the function, S3 is the storage account. So you can check the last access report of these services as well. So it is not showing up because we have not accessed anything. We have not created any IEC2. We don't have any Lambda and all. That's the reason it is not showing any history. If we will access any resource, it is going to create the history here. So once we will create the resources, we will check it that whether it is creating the history or not. So these two are important for the compliance perspective. Your auditors will need the report. Your management team is going to get the report regarding this. They will need the credential report and they will need the access advisor reports. Any doubt, any question so far? Anything?
No,
No, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, please upload the videos.
Yes, I will upload the video. No, no worries. Yes, Saif, you are asking something.
Yes, sir. I am speaking.
Okay, you are Saif.
Sir,
I will upload
after
the video,
10
but
after 10
today I
classes
will.
you can-
What?
Sir, as you were saying that drive storage is getting full, so after you can skip starting classes like
No
7.
issues. I will upload all the videos for this week. You can download it. I will give you 1 week of time. So on next Saturday, I will delete the video
Sir, I
after
need
taking your
after
confirmation.
10 classes.
No issues. I will upload all the videos. You can download according to your convenience. If you need after 10, you can download after 10. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks a
So
lot.
I will upload all the videos and I will also upload the documents, whatever we have studied so far in AWS regarding the IAM. I will upload all the videos. So in IAM, access key is still pending, but we will only be able to do it during the resource practical. Once we will start the resource practical, then we can see the implementation of access key. Rest, everything regarding your curriculum in the IAM have been completed. We don't have to see this analysis and settings option because that's for the architect level. So rest of the options have been done. This one, identity providers, we will do in the future. We will set up one of the identity provider. Just like here, let me show you. I told you that when we create the user account, there are two options. You specify a user in the identity center, or I want to create an IAM user. So this one is for your level, but we will also do this one. We will set up one of the identity center because during the migration scenario, this is important, but not now. For this, before doing this practical, you should have the sound knowledge of AWS resource creation. So once we are familiar with the resource part, then we will see how we can create the user from the identity center as well. This is the architect level part, but in the AWS jobs, it will be required. Once you will give the interview, so this option will also be required. They will ask you the question from this one as well. You should know this one as well, plus this one as well. So I will discuss this later on. Once we will have some practicals on EC2 and VPC, then I will discuss this part again. Rest, everything is completed in the IAM section. Now we have to go with a new topic, which is EC2. So EC2 is one of the server EC2 is like virtual machine, virtual servers. So we have to start this topic. We have to talk about the EC2 types, the virtual machine types, the sizes in the EC2, the public IP assignment, the creation, the access of Linux, the creation of Windows server, the access of those servers, then SSH, Open SSH, we have to discuss. Then EBS volumes we have to discuss in the EC2. EBS means your storage. So this is something we have to discuss in this topic practically. And from here, your server journey will be started. So far, we were learning about the IAM, which is related to users and group. Now we are familiar with the users and group practicals. Now we can start creating the resources and we can log in with the user account and we can use the services. So this is something we have to start. So I will start it on Saturday, not today because this is a new topic. So better would be to start on next weekend. So I will start this new topic on Saturday. Meanwhile, do your practicals. If you will have any doubt, you can ask on Saturday before starting this session. So this will be started on Saturday and on Sunday, we would be able to complete this. This will take 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Then after we will start our VPC part, the networking part in the AWS, virtual private cloud. So let's keep it here. And on Saturday, the classes will be on same timing. I will upload it on the portal and you will get the details. So regarding the videos and regarding the notes, I will not get the time tonight. So I will do it tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, you will get the link from Anamika regarding the videos and regarding the notes. So you will have 1 week of time. You can download all the videos and all the notes. If you would have any problem, then you can post a message to your admin group and she will notify me. Otherwise, you can mail me also. I have provided you my mail ID, so you can drop a mail to me. I will answer it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now we can wrap up the session.
Okay,
Let's
sir.
connect next weekend. Maybe it will be on 8 p.m. So I will plan it for 8 p.m. on next Saturday and we can have the session. Thank you very much for your time. Have a
Okay,
good
sir.
night. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Good night, sir.
Bye.